Well, this is the AreaRAE Plus. It's kind of the keystone for making our entire wireless monitoring system capable. So we're just going to start. I'm just going to do a quick introduction with it. So just hold the power button and turn on the machine. It's going to take a couple minutes for it to start. We'll start cycling through information as it warms up, as do all of our air monitoring equipment. So just some general information on the instrument itself, what we are capable of reading, the sensors and their calibration, build, and warranty, alarm levels for each. Hydrogen sulfide. So as of right now, the instrument needs to be calibrated. We're still in the process of just getting everything set up for that. I need to still get some cal gas and the proper setup for everything. So we can see here, this is our wireless connectivity. It's not connected to anything right now. The flashing little satellite thing it's trying to acquire satellites at the moment. It's in IMS mode. I can't recall the RTR. The STD number there will be when we start connecting other instruments to it. It should correspond to the other instruments that are connected. So this is a pump icon that's showing that the pump is running. It's data logging and gives us kind of a alright. So I must have blocked the pump on accident. So what we just have a typical 5-gas with a weather station. So you can see it's giving us real-time weather readouts. The weather station is that job right there. So be careful with it. It's made of plastic and probably breaks fairly easy. We're not going to test its durability though. So we're just going to go through the screens and some of the main functions that for this, all intents and purposes of this training, are going to be what we're going to hit on for now, and we'll get more in depth when people can get their hands on it. It's a little more easily explained. So a screen that's reading what our peak values are have read since we turned it on, minimum values of what it's read since it's been turned on, short-term exposure limits, time-weighted average, current date and time, type of battery, battery life left. At 5%, this will automatically shut down and preserve data. Our current runtime, how long it ran the last time we turned it on. Network unit, these these all come into play with ProRAE Guardian and communicating with the other instruments. They all need to read the same with the channel and the pan ID. All those things should already be set up, so we're not going to worry about those. This will show kind of your satellite count and then a relatively accurate latitude and longitude for the AreaRAE. For our volatile organic compound, it's our calibration gas and measurement gas with a correction factor of 1, so we can go in and change all these things if we need to, which we don't. Same with the LELs, calibrated off methane, which is same with all of our other instruments. So communication mode is to basically hardline into the computer and pull data off of the instrument and adjust settings as we need to. So that's how loud your alarm is, so it's pretty amazing. So we're going to hold the power button and the no button or minus button together. This is going to get us into our main menu. The password for all of our new equipment, we're just going to keep it the same. Everybody's going to know the password. It's going to be 0000, at least for now. Done. That'll give us our main screen. So really for the purposes of this training, we're really only going to hit on entering the menu to get to the calibration. Reason being is this is where we have our calibration for calibrating the instrument if we need to out in the field, as well as when we do a bump test, as we should with all of our gas instruments before and after the call when we're deploying and wrapping up. So fresh air 0, this is it can be set up to automatically do it or to manually have to do it. So we're going to try to keep it so that you have to manually do it, which is one reason why we want to keep this. So this is going to be a fresh air cal of all the sensors. And again, the reason why I kind of want to do this is I think that in the heat of battle, we may have the tendency of doing this near the truck after we fired up the generator, and we just want to make sure that we're consciously thinking about it when we turn it on and before it automatically fresh air cals. So we want to actively take it to an area of clean air. So all sensors pass the fresh air, so we're now reading zeros, 21.1, so we're elevated in oxygen. At least we know we're healthy in this room. Run for days. So this also gets into our single sensor stuff, multi-sensor bump. So that's where we would hook it up to our gas. In this case, we have to hook it up to the isobutylene as well to calibrate the VLC, and there's a tubing in the box with the machine that allows for that. You're going to hook up to this port here, which is going to, that's your intake essentially. So that'll be for the bump test for the multi-sensor, and then there's the multi-sensor span calibration if for whatever reason we haven't kept this thing up during just with routine maintenance, that we may need to do that, but we shouldn't need to. Like I said, all this other stuff, our measurements, we shouldn't need to turn sensors on and off unless there's, I mean, there could be circumstances, but that's all pretty self-explanatory. The app that I sent out covers these things. So you can toggle on and off whatever sensors or the weather station that you need to. Alarms, the limits, mode, alarm settings. Comfort beep is to kind of kill off that really loud beeping if you are in close proximity to it for some reason. Data logging, you're not going to have to really worry about. Wi-Fi, the connectivity should already all be preset, and we shouldn't be changing it, so it should be left alone as well. And same with just basic monitoring settings. So that's not stuff that we really need to get into right now. So that's just kind of a basic rundown on the AreaRAE, and we'll cover the rest.